PhD was in the area of organic chemistry. So जिस project पे मैंने अपना PhD किया था, that was about production of bioethanol from orange bagasse, because Brazil जो है पूरी दुनिया में सबसे बिग प्रोड्यूसर है ऑरेंजेस का। और हर साल जो है यहाँ की इंडस्ट्री को काफी ज्यादा चैलेंजेस का सामना करना पड़ता है कि टन्स ऑफ वेस्ट इज बीइंग डम्प्ड समवेयर। तो हमने क्या किया कि मतलब मैंने और मेरी जो एडवाइजर हैं हम लोगों ने एक प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोज किया, हमने उस पर काम किया और बहुत सारी हम लोगों ने उसमें से वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स सो कॉल्ड वेस्ट में से हमने एक्सट्रैक्ट किए और उसकी बेस पे जो है मैं अपना PhD डिफेंड किया और उसके बाद देयर वाज अ लॉन्ग जर्नी ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप। मेरा a startup project out of that PhD defense that I had, PhD thesis that I wrote, and that stood among top 30 projects out of 800 in GIST Tech idea competition by AAAS, American Association for the Advancement of Sciences। और उस project को लेके I have met President Obama twice, once in Kenya, once in Silicon Valley, or and it's been an amazing journey
because of climate change. So hamare glaciers are melting, but what is happening ke when they melt you can't see it from the top of the glacier like jo log wahan rahe hain, it's actually melting at the bottom and lakes are forming there, and what happens that these lakes wo phat jati hain, they're called GLOF, glacier lake outburst flood, and those floods you're like if you're living there you won't be able to tell कि वो कब आ रहे हैं, and when they come they can like वो पूरी village को बहा के ले जा सकते हैं।
I've done a PhD in genetics and my research area was focused on a very particular kind of ovarian cancer, and the major area was to understand and study why women stop responding to certain treatments after a length of time.
I have been running a space education based organization which is called Exploration by Yumna, and I started it because I always wanted to become an astronaut, and in my childhood there was no platform where I could go and share my space imaginations with someone, so I just tried to change it for the younger generation.
Google DSC are Google Developer Student Clubs. So the reason that these clubs have been formed, like they are in every university around the globe, and their purpose is to share resources with the local community. As a lead, we are given a few resources by our Google communities, and we are required to share those resources. These resources include Google Cloud, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and web, and many more technologies.
शुरू से ही लेकर मुझे काफी क्यूरियोसिटी होती थी कि मोटर्स कैसे काम कर रही है ना, और कोई छोटे अगर टॉयज होते थे तो उनमें उनका डायरेक्शन किस तरह चेंज हो रहा है, तो मुझे उसकी बहुत क्यूरियोसिटी होती थी कि किस तरह जस्ट रिमोट को कंट्रोल करने से ही डायरेक्शन इसका चेंज हो रहा है। तो शुरू से ही बस इन्हीं चीजों को देखकर मुझे हुआ कि इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ जाना है, ये सारी चीजें इंजीनियरिंग में ही आती हैं, तो इन चीजों के बारे में पढ़ना है।
So what we found this Women in Aviation International. That was the first society I got involved with. It was the time when they were about to start their scholarship window. I thoroughly read their requirements for scholarship, and I started writing everything because they need recommendation letters, they need essay, your portfolio, profile, etc., etc.
So I'd always been interested in space as a young kid, but I think the real push was when one of my physics teachers was teaching us about, I believe it was electricity and magnetism, and he used the story of a scientist called Michael Faraday and how he discovered that current-carrying wires have a magnetic field, really complicated stuff. But the way he described it was via a story of how the scientist consistently experimented and experimented until he found something, and how gratifying that was. And I think that story made me realize exactly how fulfilling it is to be a scientist and to be able to sort of contribute to humanity's sort of, if you could say, like safe of knowledge, of scientific knowledge, and to be able to contribute to that. I think that was really inspiring. So and the fact that science is ever evolving, that's what really kept me in.